guys, welcome back to another Geometry Dash video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to use the editor in a broad overview. So I hope you guys learned something, and this is also the second video in my editor tutorial series, so I hope you enjoy. So when you first create a level, you can see there's quite a few options on screen. So I'm just going to explain what they do. So the first one is obviously to give your level a name. So in this case, I'm just going to name it ET, just to stand for editor tutorial. And down below you can give your level a description. So this will appear for other players to see on your level. And then over here you can see you have these three main buttons. This one is for creating the level, this one is to play your level, and this one is to share your level. And at the bottom there's three things. One says tiny, that's the size of your level, and in the middle this is what song you've chosen. And over here this is if it's verified or not. And what that means is if you've completed the level fully in normal mode with the coins, if you have any, it'll say verified here, and it'll stay unverified until you complete it. On the bottom is what version your level is. So if you, let's say, copied the level, it would say version 2. And over here is the ID. So for now it just says not available because you haven't uploaded the level, but it should have a random ID once you upload the level. Now over here in the bottom left corner, you can see there's this little info button. This just tells you how many attempts and jumps and objects are in your level. And over here, there's a little settings button. This just allows you to turn it on low detail mode, which if you make anything in your level with the option low detail mode, it'll disable that to help run the level faster. And this option just disables shake. This is kind of an old thing, so you don't really need to use it. It's just, it disables any shake triggers in your level. And over here, you can see this help button. This, when you click on it, it'll just take you to a site where you can see Vibrant and Autonix editor tutorial guide. And here, this is the button to copy the level. And at the bottom, this just moves it to the top of your created levels list. So when you're ready to create, just tap the create button here. So the first thing I'm going to be overviewing is the top buttons on the left. As you can see, there's two arrows. So what these buttons do, it's pretty self-explanatory if they're undo and redo. So if you, let's say, place a block and you want to undo it, you can just click this button or you can redo it. And then next up, over here, this button that looks like a garbage can, it basically deletes the object. So if you have an object selected and you click this button, it'll delete it. And over here, this blue triangle with the music symbol next to it, if you click this button, it'll simply play test the music, which in this case is Stereo Madness. And then the button directly below it is to play test the level. So let's say if you had like some gameplay down here and you just were to click this button, then you could play test it. And over here below those buttons are the zoom in and zoom out buttons, pretty self-explanatory. And down below that button, you can see you have the build tab. This is the main tab you'll be using to build anything in your level. So it may look complicated at first, and we'll get into these other tabs in more depth in other videos. So this one, basically, you can just place items. You can scroll through these pages and there's a variety of different items you can just place down in the game. Now below the build tab, you'll see the edit tab. This is just for moving blocks and modifying where they are. So say the first button will just move it up a tiny bit, and other buttons do various things. And the tab below the edit tab is the delete tab. So in this tab you have the main garbage can button. So if you just edit an object like I have right here and then click it, it'll just delete that object. Now over here you can see at the top right corner there's this settings button. This allows you to change all the settings in your level. So let's say the first main thing is the game type, which is if it's classic or platformer. If you have a classic level, the screen just scrolls to the right. If you have a platformer, hence the name, it's a platformer, so you can move with the arrow keys or ASDW and play through your level. And then below that, there's the select song option. So let's say you have this is the button that says normal. It is all just the main songs from the main levels in Geometry Dash. And over here is custom. So when you click this button, it'll take you to a page where you can choose what song you want that you have downloaded in this saved button here, so you can see the level of the songs that I've downloaded. Over here you can create lines in your level. So what this does is it helps you basically music sync your level. So when you click record, anytime you tap, see it'll make this little screen appear here. Anytime you tap, it'll make a line in the editor. Over here you have the NCS, this button that says NCS on it. Once you click this, it'll ask you if you want to open the library, and this is basically all the songs that are made by NCS. Then at the bottom right, you have these 4 buttons here. So the first one is swipe. So what this does is it allows you to edit a bunch of objects or place a bunch of objects. So let's say if I have a cube here and I click swipe, I can just drag and place a ton of objects in the level. And if I'm in edit mode, I can select a bunch of objects, as you can see here. The next option is rotate. So let's say if I grab an item like a portal here, I can click this rotate button right here and manually rotate the object in the editor. So for the next option, this is free move. So this allows you to move an object in the level anywhere you want, and it doesn't have to be on a grid space. And for the next option is snap, and this has to be paired with free move. So let's say I have a cube over here. I can simply click edit and drag it through the editor, but it'll snap to the nearest grid space. So that's everything for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something, and please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.